Yo, hello everyone. So in today's video I'm gonna be explaining more about the 4 of the new mechanics that the District Cascade added. So if you go in changelogs and mechanics 1, 2, 3, and 4, I'm gonna be explaining all 4 of them and the uses for them. So first of all, the number 1 mechanic is the bullet. The bullet is the first one that got added basically. What it is basically if you're going over 90 horizontal velocity, so if you click your advanced debug and you see this velocity alpha, if that's over 90 and you click your extra ability key, it's gonna do an animation which is a bullet. Boom, there you go, that's a bullet. And what it does is at 1.1 times your velocity for, well, it's just 1.1 times your velocity, like it says here. Well, you can only use it once per mid-air. Now, the uses for it is, well, you can use it everywhere. In trials, you can use it in runs, you can use it in gapping, you can use it in everywhere. Because, well, there is no really downside to it. The only upside is that it gives just more velocity in exchange for clicking one button and knowing when you're actually going over that velocity, and that's it. The bullet can be used everywhere. It can be used in time trials, like I said, gapping, free running, everywhere you can imagine. It will probably be also used in competitive. It's extremely good. Learn it before it, I don't know, maybe gets removed or nerfed to the ground. When it came out, it was 1.2 times, but I told them to nerf it, so it's 1.1, because it was way too broken. Like, if you had 90 velocity, you would get 18 extra, but now you get only 9, so it's a little bit worse, but still it's free velocity, but it's not as drastic. The second one would be the wall push dashing. This mechanic was in V30, but it didn't get announced because, well, it was meant for testing, and me and Fiery only knew about it. So basically, it got released, and people are testing them, and it's very good. It's very good because one of the main reasons it's really good and very useful is in time trials, drop down dash is nerfed, like really nerfed. So, and wall push dashing is not nerfed. So in some places, wall push dashing is actually more useful than a drop down dash. So if you go, let's say, to a vent, any event like that vent, if there's ground right next to the wall, basically how you do it is you do the original wall pushing mechanic, just wall push, but if there's ground under you, at least 5 studs under you there's ground, you will not get pushed up, you will get pushed down, so you can slide and keep that momentum and basically do it dash. So let me show you an example right now. Boom, like that. And you can also add wall boost to wall runs. You can add speed vaults, you can use special vaults to it, you can use everything. It's basically just a normal dash with a slide, except, well, it's a wall push. So how you actually do it, if this is your first time actually seeing that mechanic or something like that, in tutorial, if you go into very advanced, the purple one, and you finish, well, this one, you finish this one, then you go past this, double wall run, and then this right here is where you will actually learn it. So what it is you flick your camera 45 degrees, around 45 degrees, that's 90, so about 45, and then once it's like that, you click your key, which for me is a left control. So whenever I'm like this, I look 45, I click it, and then turn back very quickly in 0.25 second. No, wait, what is it actually? It's wait a minute, it should be here. Yeah, 0.25 seconds. That's the amount of time you have to redirect. You can also redirect backward, you can do redirect left, forward, right, to wherever. 360 basically. You should learn this very advanced tutorial, like the wall pushing mechanic, before you actually try to do a wall push dash. So yeah, just complete this tutorial and a bunch of times and you should get it. And when like this area, for example, wouldn't do a wall push dash because I would be doing it a little bit above ground, you know, like above ground, not actually on this ledge, I guess. What it would be ended up doing is just actually doing a wall push instead of doing a wall push dash. Also, another thing to note, wall push dashing is based on your FPS. So if you have, let's say, 300 FPS, it's gonna be like 20 times as hard to do a wall push dash or just a wall push in general than a person with like 30 or 60 FPS. Now, this may be fixed by the time I upload this, but right now it's a problem. If you have 30 or lower FPS, that is the most powerful wall push that you can do. And yeah, it's kind of, I guess, a glitch, a game-breaking bug. So Fiery is trying to fix it, and I'm pretty sure he will manage to fix it today. So alright, moving on to the third mechanic I also came up with. All 4 of these are mine. I came up with all of them. But basically, this is the springboard dash. It's not really a dash, but you can call it either the springboard or the springboard dash. I like calling it a dash. So basically what you do is you click your crouch key, which should be here, crouch key, minus left control, and then after you crouch, you click space, and then when you're like high in the air, you will want to coil, and to coil, you basically have to kind of have a little bit momentum up, and to coil, if you're going down, you won't be able to coil, it will just be landing. So you coil mid-air, and then once you're about to hit the ground, you release the coil, and then you click space right after. And this is basically what it looks like. Like that. It's pretty simple. It should maybe get a little buff. It may be buffed by the time this video is out. Because right now, it gives 90 velocity at its peak. So, boom, 90 velocity, as you saw there. And if you would make it like 100, like 30 or something, this may be a very, very abusable mechanic. I mean, it should be abusable because drop down dash is absolutely abusable right now. So I am, you know, maybe. I hope. Anyways, this springboard dash, there is a lot of uses as well. You can use it in the time trials. I know there's a time trial which you can springboard on the start and then do a wall push dash like after you do it, and it's like the fastest way. I think it's faster than a drop down. I know it's one of the new time trials, so also I don't know if I mentioned it, but you can add wall boost and wall runs to it. So if you're at the edge, you can add them, but right now it's not really like powerful. It feels like it doesn't actually like add much, you know. I'm not sure about it. There may be some tweaking needed for it, but yeah, it's a new mechanic right now. More stuff to learn, more stuff to master, more stuff to, I don't know, do some combos with. Yo, so basically I had to re-record that part, and just to not make the video too long because I was explaining it for like 3 minutes. So basically the fourth mechanic is your wall climb is scaled off of your vertical velocity. So if you have like 50 vertical velocity, you will go much higher than if you are starting from just ground zero, just starting a wall climb. So for example, if I wall kick and then wall climb, it'll bring me like 1.5 wall climb basically height. So yeah, it's pretty easy to do. If you also use, let's say, a dasher and you dash up and then wall climb, it will also scale. If you use claws, if you use charge gauntlet, repellent launcher, swinger, slinger, anything, if you use anything that gives you vertical velocity, it will scale and it will make your wall climb just bigger. So yeah, just a faster and more simpler way of explaining it.